putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
What's up, everybody? Dr. Feel Good here, Kevin Jackson. And the reason why you should be feeling good is because you're part of the resistance. Your resistance is working. It is not futile. In fact, it is winning. You are winning because of your resistance. And I'm talking about why you can have comfort right now. We're talking about February, and you can have comfort that we are going to win in November and win big. And historically, we shouldn't. First-term presidents usually lose in the midterms. You want to know why? It's a daunting task. They've underestimated what they think they're going to inherit, and they've overinflated the problems that they've inherited. It's exactly what Barack Obama did. I inherited all this mess. Look at all this mess here. And so if it's such a big mess, you would think you could make progress. He didn't. Barack Obama, the unemployment rate went up. The number of jobs this guy lost was tremendous. He lost like 4 to 5 million jobs his first year. Wages depressed, down. Foreign policy, a disaster. There was nothing this guy touched that didn't turn to turd. Contrast that with Trump, who looked at what he got from Obama and went, this is easy. He starts saving companies. Okay, Ford, Carrier, IBM, U.S. Steel, Dow, come on back. And then all these jobs are getting created. He says, let's work on the bigger picture. So he's got Apple and all these other companies, Alibaba, SoftBank, they're all coming in, multinationals. In the meantime, he's bombing Syria and setting a new standard on what the United States was going to, be doing. He goes on a trip to the Middle East, brings back a $350 million package for arms, and says to the Saudis, "You got to do what you do on terror, or else we're going to take away the market from you." Then he does the same thing in China. He goes there and he beats up on Chinese, and they send a ship from North Korea back with coal, bring ours over. He gets beef exported now from the United States to China and 183 other products. He starts working on trade. He starts working on stabilizing the dollar and a host of other things. And oh, wow, in the meantime, the unemployment rate is dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. 2.4 million jobs later, year one. 200,000 manufacturing jobs a year later, 17,000 that were lost under Obama the year before, and Donald Trump looks like a rock star. Stock market going through the roof. Yeah, it took a hit a couple of days, recovered the next day. People, panicked a bit. The market is always going to get the suckers out. It's going to, and then people run and somebody goes, "Oh, look at what they left behind. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that." So there you go. So the Democrats are all fired up because historically that's what happens. But what they don't understand is historically their presidents suck. Whether it's Bush, whether it was Clinton, whether it was certainly Obama, they sucked. Not Trump. According to a poll conducted by CBS, an overwhelming majority of Americans thought the president was trying to unite the country. And that speech made them feel very proud. But that wasn't the reaction of progressives, the wing of the Democrats party that's calling the shots. To progressives, even good news is bad news if Trump is involved. Actually, it's worse than that. They say the better the news for the American people, the worse it is for the Democratic Party. Bad news would practically assure a blue wave in November. Too much good news would present problems for the Democrats. Folks, let me tell you something. Be optimistic. Be out there starting those jobs. Be out there spending, but spend wisely. Invest. Look for things that are going to be proactive in the general society. Bernie goes on to say, ordinary Americans are optimistic people, but optimism isn't something Democrats want to convey to voters in an election year where they're the party on the outside looking in. See, we're talking ideology here. That's why Manchin, I keep talking about him, he's trying to pretend that he's now more conservative, and that's why Mike Pence called him out. Anyway, here's what, it's funny to watch the reactions of these leftists. They said after the president's speech, Micah Brzezinski, co-host of a Trump-bashing morning show on MSNBC, asked why Democrats should applaud, quote, the great dictator. She may not be an important voice in mainstream America, but she is right there in the mainstream of the progressive left, where her great dictator crack doesn't come off as unhinged as it actually is. So what he's saying, Bernie Goldberg's piece, what he says right there is this. To the left, to the progressives, they buy into this. He's a crackpot. He's a great dictator. But to mainstream America, who the left is completely disjointed from, they look at her and go, these people are unhinged. This guy just put money back in my pocket. This guy just got me a job. This guy just got my cousin, my wife, my son a new job. This guy just raised my wages. Even if you didn't get a rate increase in your wages, you got a rate increase from your taxes. CNN's Van Jones, who was a former advisor to President Obama, compared Trump's speech to, quote, sweet-tasting candy with poison in it. Another CNN contributor, far-left author named Sally Cohn, called it a scary speech and said that people chanting USA, get this, sends chills down her spine. These are not alien views in progressive precincts. Goldberg goes on to write this, and Joy Reid of MSNBC tweeted this after the president's speech. Church, family, police, military, the national anthem. Trump trying to call on all the tropes of the 1950s era nationalism. 1950s era nationalism. Meant to be a dog whistle for slavery, lack of civil rights, blah, blah, blah. Church, family, police, military, the national anthem. All things that we pretty much revere in life. I'm going to repeat it. Church, family, police, military, the national anthem. Somebody show me where I'm wrong here. Tell me, what should I feel bad about? Is it the police? Oh my God. Kevin, you are black. Those cops will kill you. Funny that they say that because I'm making a movie called Bleeding Blue that extols the virtues of being police officers. BleedingBlueMovie.com. Not so shameless plug. She says this, the goal of the speech appears to be to force the normalization of Trump on the terms of a bygone era his supporters are nostalgic for. Folks, are you nostalgic for church, family, police, military, and the national anthem? What's nostalgic? That's every day. Oh, so what? We should abandon the church? I'll tell you what, Joy. Well, because what she's saying is the heck with the church, the heck with family, the heck with police, military, and the national anthem. We're a new day. We're the new progressive party. Woohoo, look at us. As Heather Wilhelm wrote in National Review, I can see the campaign posters now. Can't stand church and family? Neither can we. Vote for the Democrats in 2018. It's mind-boggling, isn't it? Yes, and so is this. Pelosi says the president's immigration plan is designed to, quote, make America white again. How do you think that nonsense plays in middle America, even among voters who don't especially like the president? Are we supposed to believe that anyone who supports the Republican Party on immigration isn't simply wrong, but is racist? The economy may not be enough to save the GOP in November, but if it isn't, desperate Democrats sounding deranged just might be. That's the end of Bernie Goldberg's article. Let me tell you, folks, if you were paying attention to what I said there, you can't even recognize these people as Americans. Joy Reid doesn't like church, family, police, military, or the national anthem. Okay, so we get rid of the military? What do you want to do with them? Oh, that civilian thing that Barack Obama built? You get rid of the police. Who's going to protect you? The shot caller in your neighborhood? And God forbid, the idea that this woman doesn't like church and family, I find that she would mention that is incredible to me. It's incredible. That's what the left represents. And that's why Heather Wilhelm essentially pointed out, this is the lunacy of the left, and they think they're going to win on this. Forget the great things that Donald Trump is doing. They are making people so mad. They are showcasing just how bad things are on the left. Why would you ever want to join them? You are going to see the biggest exodus of Democrats in history in 2018.
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.